The Prince's Trust, founded by King Charles IIO in 1976, has been renamed as the King's Trust, Buckingham Palace announced this week. The name change comes 14 months after Charles became monarch upon the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. The rebranding is meant to reflect Charles' new role as king. The Prince's Trust was started by Charles when he was still Prince of Wales, using his £7,400 Navy severance pay. It helps young people aged 11 to 30 gain skills, education, and employment. Famous beneficiaries include actor Idris Elba. Charles had previously expressed hope that his sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, would one day take over the Prince's Trust. However, William is now forging his own path as heir to the throne, focusing his charity work on issues like homelessness and mental health. During a recent trip to Singapore, William said he wants to go a step further than previous royals in creating real change through his charitable work. He aims to take on fewer patronages, but do more substantial work with each one. Meanwhile, Harry lives in California after stepping back from royal duties in 2020. He is unlikely to be involved in the King's Trust due to the ongoing rift within the royal family following Harry and Meghan's Netflix series and his memoir Spare. The name change also helps delineate between organizations affiliated with the King versus Prince William's Charitable Foundation. There was sometimes confusion over which royal family member they were connected to. Up until recently, there were no plans to alter the name of the Prince's Trust after Charles became king. As late as July 2022, the organization stated the name would stay the same. The chairman of the Prince's Trust claimed last September, right after the Queen's death, that no name change was imminent. However, the rebranding has now gone ahead, signifying Charles' desire to put his own stamp on the charity he founded nearly 50 years ago. King Charles is renowned for his pioneering charitable work through the Prince's Trust and his advocacy for the environment. According to the royal website, his charities raise over £100 million annually, an impressive achievement. While Charles dreamed of his sons carrying on the Prince's Trust, William is intent on choosing his own focuses, such as mental health and homelessness. He wishes to make a substantive difference through his patronages. Both King Charles and Prince William exemplify how the royal family's influence can greatly benefit charitable causes. Their foundations will continue promoting change in important areas like youth employment and the environment. King Charles II has been involved in an extraordinary number and variety of charitable causes and organizations over the past 4 decades. Since becoming Prince of Wales in 1969, he established over 20 different charities and initiatives, both in the UK and internationally, addressing issues ranging from education, the environment, social welfare, healthcare, heritage preservation, business development, and more. The total scope of King Charles' charitable work is impressive and unprecedented for a member of the royal family. The charities he founded or served as patron of raise over £100 million annually for their causes. He devoted countless hours to bringing awareness to sometimes overlooked issues, championing social and economic development programs, convening leaders and experts to find solutions to global problems, and providing funds and resources to those in need. However, the organizational structure around King Charles' charitable work has been complex, encompassing various foundations, funds, trusts, and partnerships. This web of charities has not always operated transparently and become embroiled in controversies around fundraising practices and allegations of impropriety. For example, the Prince's Charities Group consists of the Prince's Trust, the Prince's Foundation, the Prince's School of Traditional Arts, the Prince's Teaching Institute, and the Prince's Charitable Foundation. The Prince's Trust helps disadvantaged young people get their lives on track, providing practical support including training, mentoring, and financial grants. The Prince's Foundation promotes heritage conservation, urban planning, education, and sustainability. The School of Traditional Arts teaches traditional arts and building techniques. The Teaching Institute provides educational programs for teachers, and the Charitable Foundation is the largest grant-making entity within the group. In 2021, the Prince's Foundation charity accepted a large donation of £500,000 from a Saudi businessman seeking British citizenship, raising ethical issues. The Prince's Charitable Fund also faced scrutiny over accepting bags of cash donations rather than going through official channels. Another controversy arose in 2005 over allegations that King Charles' aide, Michael Fawcett, offered titles and honorary positions in exchange for large donations to the Prince's Foundation charity from wealthy individuals, referred to as the Cash for Honor scandal. An investigation found no evidence linking King Charles himself directly to the practice. Now that King Charles has ascended to the throne, he announced plans to streamline and restructure his charitable organizations to ensure their work carries on in trusted hands. This includes rebranding both the Prince's Trust and the Prince's Foundation as simply the King's Trust and the King's Foundation. The name changes reflect the monarch's intention to distance himself from directly managing the charities as king while still supporting their work and legacies. Some royal experts say the rebranding also helps delineate Prince William's future charitable activities from King Charles' existing ones, allowing the Prince of Wales to chart his own course separate from his father's causes. Prince William has already indicated he and Kate Middleton plan to take on fewer patronages than previous royals, but invest more deeply in ones aligned to their specific interests like mental health, conservation, and early childhood development. While King Charles' extensive charitable work deserves appreciation, his complex web of organizations and their controversies have made it difficult for the public to fully understand the scope of his contributions. His achievements over more than 40 years of philanthropy are worthy of greater recognition and praise. But a simple consolidated summary of the impact these charities have made in various fields does not seem readily accessible. The Wikipedia page on King Charles' charitable work is notably disjointed and inconsistent, failing to adequately document the full list of initiatives he founded or championed across the UK and globally. A comprehensive yet accessible chronicle of his service would enable the public to fully appreciate the depth and longevity of King Charles' commitment to social and humanitarian causes. By most accounts, King Charles' personal involvement in such a vast range of charities and philanthropic ventures is unparalleled for a modern monarch. While precise totals are hard to confirm, it is estimated he helped raise over £1.2 billion for his charities over the years. The number of programs he founded and actively participated in is a testament to King Charles' dedication and desire to make a difference in the world. As king, Charles AI faces greater demands on his time and cannot be as hands-on with his charitable works. But he has expressed his intention for the organizations he founded to endure and go on in trusted hands after his reign. Streamlining their operations and rebranding under the King's Trust banner ensures Charles' legacy of humanitarianism continues impacting lives and communities for generations to come. The Prince's Trust, the youth charity founded by King Charles in 1976, has announced that it will be renamed as the King's Trust. This change comes as Charles ascends to the throne following the passing of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. The trust was originally created by Charles when he was still the Prince of Wales, with the aim of helping disadvantaged young people in the United Kingdom. Over the past 46 years, the organization has assisted over 1.2 million youth by providing support to get into employment, start their own businesses, or gain access to education and training. Some of the Trust's celebrity ambassadors include singer Cheryl, former Spice Girl Jerry Horner, and television presenters Ant and December. A spokesperson for the soon-to-be renamed organization explained that the name change to the King's Trust will allow the charity to retain its connection to its founder, King Charles. The new name reflects Charles' ongoing dedication to the Trust's mission since he first established it back in 1976. While the name change will happen over the next few months, the spokesperson emphasized that the Trust will continue its critical work of empowering young people facing adversity during the transition period. In addition to its programs within the UK, the Trust has been operating globally since 2015. Under the banner of Prince's Trust International, the charity has expanded to provide services in countries across Asia, Africa, the Caribbean, Europe, and the Middle East. Further demonstrating the Trust's international reach, it also has affiliated branches in Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and the United States. The rebranding also comes on the heels of the organization shaking off accusations of a cash for honors scandal related to Charles' Charitable Foundation. In February 2022, the London Metropolitan Police had launched an investigation into allegations that Michael Fawcett, the former chief executive of the Princess Foundation, had promised to help a Saudi billionaire donor secure British citizenship and a knighthood in exchange for generous donations. However, after several months, the police announced in August that they were closing the investigation without taking any further action. The Princess Foundation, which promotes historic preservation, culture, education, and sustainable built environments, was established in 2018 when Charles turned 70 years old. It consolidated 21 of Charles' charitable organizations under one umbrella. Recent initiatives pursued by the Princess Foundation include a winter warmers program providing free drinks, meals, and crafts to combat loneliness and rising costs, as well as a fashion collaboration with luxury retailer Yoox Net-a-Porter called the Modern Artisan Project. The project gave British and Italian students design training and skills to create a line of sustainable fashions. According to reports, the name change to the King's Foundation hit an unexpected snag. Another charity called the King's Foundation already existed. This Sheffield-based charity first organized in 1991 as the King's Centre Church. More recently, the King's Foundation, better known as the King's Active Foundation, received funding from the Mail newspaper's charity to support Ukrainian refugee children arriving in Britain. Since the King's Foundation name was already trademarked by this charity, King Charles' organization was forced to ask the original foundation to hand over the name. No financial compensation was reportedly offered, but the original King's Foundation agreed to relinquish the name to help the royal charity. The rebranding makes up part of the larger revitalization and reorganization of the Princess Foundation as it aims to move past scandal and reinvigorate its mission. There are even hopes it could attract celebrity endorsements, with David and Victoria Beckham having already accepted an invitation to learn more about the charity's work. Actress Sienna Miller is also considering coming on board as an ambassador. Despite the optimism and rebranding efforts, the Princess Foundation remains under investigation by Scottish charity regulators regarding past foreign donations. However, the closure of the Metropolitan Police's investigation has emboldened the charity as it charts a new path forward. In addition to the Prince's Trust and the Princess Foundation, King Charles II also oversees the King Charles II Charitable Fund, originally founded in 1979. This charitable fund gives grants to nonprofit organizations related to heritage, education, health, environment, and social inclusion. Over its nearly 50-year history, it has donated over £70 million, primarily derived from the Waitrose Duchy organic brand co-founded by Charles in the 1990s. The coming months will see the full transition to the new branding and names of King Charles II's charitable organizations as they continue their important work in the UK and around the world. The renaming comes with a renewed sense of energy and purpose, but also unavoidable challenges and growing pains. However, King Charles remains committed to building upon his decades of charitable work as monarch while reshaping and reinvigorating his philanthropic legacy under new titles befitting his new reign. Dear friend, if you like everything new about the royal family and don't want to miss all the novelties, subscribe to our channel and like it. By doing so, you take part in our development. We work for you.